be back up and going, just to let you know.
Cool. And you know, and the only way I'm getting out is if it reaches my target. And if it doesn't reach my target, I flip, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And then if it flips again, I know that now this number needs to be 6, you know? So it just needs to constantly move up, you know, 6, 12, 24,
Right.
you know? Pretty much like what it is, it's just basically your times in the first one by 3, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Broken Strife, way to go, man. I don't know if you're... Oh, wait, nobody's even viewing anymore. I'm sure they'll come back.
So you said he rode that long, or rode it short?
He said, well, that was a nice way to end the day. I rode that from 27:19 to 27:45.
Oh,
So
dude.
27:19 all the way down here on that double bottom. And
But
you was able to ride it.
I didn't get long till 27:33.
Damn. Yeah, man. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a pretty good short, actually, right here. 3-4 points. Damn. Love it.
All right. Thank you so much for the printer help. I'm gonna finish eating my lunch, and so I'm not chomping in your ear.
Go ahead.
I'll be back.
I'm gonna make phone calls here, and I'll be back probably by like 3 o'clock anyway. So
cool.
You ready to close this day out?
Sounds good, man.
All right, man. I'll talk to you. All right. This is Power Hour. What do we got going on? Looks like Trae's in a trade. I'm actually in a trade too. My bot decided to buy. Well, shorten. We'll see what happens there.
Hey, Neal. Hey, Neal. Hey, Neal. Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Are you with me? Nope, he's not with me anymore. He came on and then he left. Ron, he left. All right. Well,
are we gonna sell off? I got a sell trigger here on the ES, so I may actually. Do I want to take this? We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait it out.
You there, Neal? Testing. Testing 1, 2. Can you hear me now? Testing 1, 2. All right, trying to get long here on the Russell. Got a nice push there. The Bulls have shown their hand. Let's see if we can get a pullback into some support here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it done. Only got about 45 minutes left of the trading day. So, not really looking for a whole lot. But if we can get involved, definitely will. Definitely will. Yeah, I was wondering how much you're up today.
Hey man,
How much are you up today?
how much am I up today? Let's
Yeah.
see. History. You ready? $826.75.
All right. So between the two of us, we're up very nice because I'm up 731.
Nice.
So
Hey.
like 1,500 between the two of us. So I was just talking to Ron on the phone. We were talking about the possibility of the account, and looking at a day like today, and you think, well, this is a $1,500 day.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And these types of days can happen every single day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no reason why they can't.
Right.
And this isn't we're not including bot stuff or anything like that. So it's
Right. Is the
had
bot doing
some
pretty
had some
good?
really good had some really good trades. The bot itself did $90 today.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's not bad. Not bad. I'm still like we talked about, man. I like I like it if we just trade. Um, and then if we could figure something out with the bot, then we do.
Right.
If not, then we don't. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Or if we have enough money, eventually, maybe we pay somebody that's really good at coding, and that's been a trader. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, you need a guy that's like a quantitative analyst, basically,
Right.
and a guy to come in and program multiple strategies into your bot. You know what I mean? Because we're like really coding like one strategy
Right.
into the bot. So like it's not that it's not good. Like, the strategy itself works, but you have to almost like code it in, like how what I was talking about today too is adding like the martingale strategy to it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like if it eventually goes against you, martingale,
Right.
have it flip the trade and
Right.
add the contracts,
Yeah.
sell the one, buy two,
Yep.
or buy three, so it closes the one and I have two, and that's it, and that strategy is 100% working.
It
Like,
is.
and I
It
was
does.
I
Yeah.
was like, and I was texting my brother, and I was explaining that to him. I was like, the scary part about it is it's not necessarily like scary, like I'm using that as like the adjective to like describe this, but like it's 100%. Like, and when you go into trading, you're not thinking you're going to be 100%, right? Like, you think there's going to be a failure somewhere along the lines.
Yeah.
And that's what gets me sometimes. Like, when I'm seeing the trade and I'm like, oh man, I gotta flip it again. Oh man, I gotta flip it again. Oh man, like, and I sound like I'm worried. Like, I am somewhat worried, because sometimes I'm like, well, what if it doesn't work?
Yeah.
What if it doesn't? But every single time it works. Every single time. No matter what. Like, I could get up to 72 contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And while that sounds very scary, and it is scary, it works. Normally, once it gets there, when I'm buying 72 contracts, let's say I'm opening now 72 contracts, it's closing a bunch. It's closing like 20 something contracts, and then only leaving 52 contracts open. But at that point in time, the market, whichever direction it's going, up or down, it's gonna go. Usually when it gets to there, it goes.
Yeah.
And then I never have to worry about it.
Right.
But luckily I haven't gotten to that point yet. Like, I haven't. Like, I've gotten to today's trade, and yesterday I got up to 16 contracts. That last trade was a 16 contractor.
Yeah.
The one that I closed, the very last trade, the final trade that I made today.
The only thing is, you got to keep it in the back of your mind. If you hit a day like I did there like a week ago or so, where I mean this thing it ranged for so long. It ranged for so long that
Yeah. Well, and that's where I've got to almost cut it. That strategy, cut it at like 11:30.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've noticed the last 2 days, that actually over the course of implementing the strategy, I've noticed that around that time period, and Ron can attest to this, that it we get into that choppy range around that time. And I think that's another reason why Ron himself has like decided to take that walk with his wife. He gets out and just says, I'm done. I'm not going to
Yeah.
trade no more. I'm not going to walk away, because like like when he was sitting here and trading around those times, he oftentimes got into some bad positions, you know.
Right.
And it's the same thing like me today, dude. I lucked out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to call it lucky, but like it is sort of lucky. Like it's a probability. I'm playing the probability that this is going to end up ultimately working out, right? Like
Right.
each time I get into the trade, each time I get into a trade like this, I'm like, this is going to work out,
Yeah.
you know. Um And I don't want to fool myself. I don't want to fool myself by saying this is 100% all the time and it's always going to work. That would be to the detriment of the strategy, right? So I have to now cut it at some point, cut these trades at like, let's say I get to that point where I'm at 72 contracts up here. I'm ready to rock and roll with 72 contracts. I got 72 plugged in here and I get 56 contracts. That should be my last one. Try to get half. I mean, try to get the full amount that you want. But if you notice that the market is having a very hard time, it's struggling and maybe getting a support and maybe getting a resistance, and it may, I need it to either break that resistance or break that support in order for me to profit. I should probably say, hey, if it gets to that resistance and I only lose $100, take it.
Mm-hmm.
Cut the bag.
Yeah.
And then execute next. Execute the next trade.
Yep. Yeah, and that day will come, and it's going to hurt because it's going to be a big order. That's going to be a lot of red. But like you said, you just got to start over and keep tracking, kind of like the robot.
Yeah. But I'm glad we both decided to like kind of like, okay, let's work on the bot. Let's continue to work on it, right? But let's refocus, right? Like let's refocus and really work on what it is that we do on a day-to-day basis, and that's just trade.
Right.
Like that's just what we do. You know what I mean? Like like I feel like sometimes like relying on or trying to get a bot to work is like it could also fail us. Because the bot doesn't know certain things. The bot's just buying based off the parameters that are plugged into a system that are and it's just going to do that. It doesn't know everything that's going on, right? It doesn't know the overall picture because it hasn't been told to know the overall picture. It hasn't been told to look for support and resistance. Hasn't been told to do all these other things. But I think through all of this stuff that we've been doing with the bot, I think we've come up with a potential reprogram, right? Like maybe sit down one day and just say, okay, this is all the things that we would want inside our bot, right? Like these are all the things that we wanted to look for, and then only buy on certain things, and then use like the martingale strategy once it's in the trade. Like once it's into the trade, use the martingale for flips.
Right.
But like maybe like I love the idea of using even just support and resistance, like with these dots, like with the in the Williams percent range. Okay. Like I like the Williams percent range for this strategy. Like for support and resistance. Because oftentimes, hold on one second.
Okay. While Neal's away, I'm going to shout out here. I've got an order sitting here. We've only got 30 minutes, so I'm kind of hesitant to see if this thing's going to work. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to or not. I'm going to stay very, very light with it, though. I'm not going to get big, because if I do take a loss here at the end of the day, I tell you what. I'm not even going to worry about it. It's been a good day. There's no sense in trading anymore today, in my opinion.
All right, sorry about that. Dogs are still barking, but it's all right. I forget where I was at, but I was talking about like that, talking about the the bot and the strategies that it could potentially use, and like
Yeah.
you and I would just have to put our heads together, if we really want to use one, and I think we really want one that's strong,
Right.
right? And one that doesn't rely on just one set strategy, but maybe multiple strategies, to make it stronger. And, oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. So the Williams percent range, right? And it's one of these things that I had mentioned to Ron one day. I think you were away. You were gone doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And during the live video here, I had talked about the the Williams percent range, and it's how you're using it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, semi how you're using it. Well, actually, no, it is how you're using it, because you're seeing the dots, right? You're getting the red dot, but then you're only going in on it retracing back to, like, let's say the red dot, you're on the retracement back to like a resistance, and
Right.
then you're getting in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's almost how, like, I would love it to be, like, programmed, that one,
Mm-hmm.
like the Williams percent range, using it like that, so when it comes into like the buy zone, you're only buying when it gets into support,
Mm-hmm.
and then if that doesn't work, then the next trade is now it's a short, because obviously it's going to change the color, and it's going to go short, and then you just get resistance. But then you use the martingale comes in, because that buy didn't never worked, it never got to your profit target, or it never hit the take profit. So
Right.
now, that trade was still on when the next trade came on. So then the martingale should come in and say, okay, now we need to get 3 contracts and close one, and now have 2 open and continue to go short on the very next trade.
Right.
And I think that with that strategy, it may be maybe really strong, like really strong.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know.
I definitely agree with you there. Well, even with yours, the one that you're using right now, if you set it up, I mean, like right there, I set it just now to, uh, 30. And if you have
Hmm.
30 on, I mean, look, you get this red dot right up here at the very beginning of the day. Well, never mind. You get a blue dot right here at the beginning of the day, right before the market opens. You got a re-entry here and a re-entry here. Then it goes red, and you know, you get red here, no re-entries, and then it goes re-red again. Then that one's a little bad, but then you would flip, and then you got a
Hmm.
re-entry there and a re-entry there, and another blue there. Oh, there's a red and a blue right there too. But you can definitely
Yeah, you definitely mess with the settings, and it'll give you
yeah you can
30.
you can do
30's
30th.
not bad.
Nah. And then I mean you've got you've got plenty of re-entries, and then you've got um you know I mean it actually dots before. Of course, this one's set at 25. The ASC trend is set at 25. So, um, so it's going to come in a little bit, you know, the, but I mean, look at these. I mean, all this, got your red dot. So now you're looking for resistance plays. Well, where does resistance come in? All this right here. Boom, boom, boom.
Hmm.
Then you got your blue dot here. Blue dot. Red dot failed. Martingale. Blue dot. Um, so It definitely has its advantages.
Oh, it does. It does. Yeah, and I do like the re-entries too, you know. Like oftentimes like if I miss like that first entry,
Mm-hmm.
I'll look and I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I missed that entry there." Then I get a re-entry and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, take the re-entry." And like oftentimes when I do take the re-entries, I know the trend already.
Right.
I'm like, "Oh, okay, it's trending down." You know, so I'll really take it. Like this one that was going up, like this blue here,
Mm-hmm.
that was bought all the way up. You know, I missed this one because I was away, but like, dude, I definitely would have bought on those reentries, you
Well,
know,
and
because
the thing
it
is,
was starting to move up.
when you get a re-entry, hammer it hard, man. If you get a re-entry and it starts
Mhm.
going against you, my thought process is, start hammering that thing out and get your average squeezed up as much as possible. And because I mean, look, even right here, let's say you got you can't see my chart. But anyway, let's say you got a re-entry short on a down candle, so you sold, but then it popped up against you instantly. I'd be hammering in some more orders, get my average up, and then when it come back down, boom, be out. It's done.
Yeah,
Just super
yeah,
quick.
yeah. Yeah, because
Uh,
no matter what, I mean, like you're in it. If it comes up, you know, like
yeah,
this trade here, this one came up, like this red here,
yeah,
this red here, you would have gotten in here and it would have went against you real quick. But then this candle here, like came back down. But if you came up here and you added like somewhere up in here, continued to short it,
yeah.
you still would have been able to get out of it because you would have been hammered up here and you would have been
Right,
able to exit
right,
somewhere around that wick, that
right.
because it wicked down
Yeah,
before it went back up. It was definitely down and then it came back up because it got bought into,
right.
because what happened, the market went back up, you
Yeah,
know.
and if you're not able to get out, martingale it. I mean, that's just switch it over.
Yeah,
I mean, you're actually going to be less at risk because you've actually improved your average. So
yeah.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of good little strategies and options. I almost like the dots without the re-entry though. I almost wish I could take the re-entry off the triangles.
Yeah, well, can you? I think you can.
Oh, you can.
Re-entry usage, you could say false instead of true.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that too, and once you do that, then you can dial this thing up to like 40. Dude, look at that chart, man. This
What's
is
the yeah, well, like what's the price channel? What does the actual price channel indicator look like on the chart? I seen it. I seen that there's a price channel. Oh, the average period on the price channel here on this from AMP or from MetaTrader is 22.
oh
That's crazy.
yeah,
That looks really weird.
it is weird looking.
And what am I on? 9? What is 9? Oh, that really, what in the heck? I don't understand. Do not understand the price channel at all. I mean, I get it. It's inside this channel,
Yeah,
but like, what is the reference point for buys?
I don't know. I don't get it.
Right? Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
I could not trade on this at all. Well, it may look weird because we're also on the black overlay. Okay, we're actually getting bought into right now. kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. Definitely is.
All day, just trending down.
Yep. At the end of the day, boom, we're gonna get kind of bought into.
Yeah, I might have to like just like the Williams, man, just like the Williams. I'm gonna have to study that price channel and just see like what the hell is it? And the only reason I got my hands on this indicator was from some developer on MetaTrader. I was in
Mm-hmm.
like a forum. I'm in the forum, and I was like, I was asking about like how to like code in like rebuys, like reentries, like because that's what I wanted to do for the ASC.
Right.
And then he's like, oh, I already did this, and I have this indicator, and he like linked his indicator, and I pulled it up, I opened it up, and I was like, oh, that's kind of what I'm looking for. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much what I was looking for. Something that would like, continue trend,
Right.
like
Right.
that's basically all I really want is something that's going to like follow the trend, which is weird that the bot doesn't that like, I just don't understand like how you can't code it. So like if you get this blue dot here, like you buy this blue dot,
Mm-hmm.
how does it not like, how can it just like, why can't you just get it to just run this whole length?
Yeah. I know.
Like
I
I don't
know.
get it. Like I don't get it. Like because like I do like the stop loss and the whatever, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, and it could, it could just be the back test in itself. It could just be, as screwed up as the back test was for us, on the other one, showing us that we were doing well. Maybe on the other one, it's the
Yeah,
other way around, man. Because I'm with you. Like, I know, like, just by looking at the dots, if I was to set a 50-point stop loss on the NQ and I don't know, 50-point take profit,
yeah.
it'd probably write more than 50%.
Oh, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I'm actually gonna. I'll probably run a back test on it with the real things. I'll just try it.
Yeah, I've tried it. I've tried it a lot with the
Williams, I know.
yeah.
But with the Williams, I think you also didn't. Did you try it with the dots moved? Like the way the way you've been doing it? Because I remember the first test was just like we were just running with standard
No, I moved
risk
it.
at like 4 or something like that.
Yeah, I moved it to 20, 30. I
Oh,
mean,
did you?
yeah, I moved it. Just never had
Any luck?
any
Yeah.
had any luck. And it just
Yeah.
crapped out.
So weird, man. It's just so weird. It's like how does this just not work? Like I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like and even on like this move right here, like even if I said like buy buy more contracts on all these blue dots, like what? Like how's it not? I don't know.
Totally agree, man. You got me. Because I can't figure that one out. Can't figure that one out.
Like even if it didn't buy on these arrows, but use the arrows as like a confirmation
Yeah.
to say, all right, continue, just continue to go, just
Right.
continue to move. That's it,
Mm-hmm.
and then close out. God, I don't know.
I can't believe I didn't get any of this NQ. NQ is the first chart I traded this morning. I didn't get any on the shorting it down. I didn't get any buying it up. I got more on ES today and on the Russell. Dude, I ate the Russell up today, man. Like,
Yeah, that Russell That Russell, man, that thing went parabolic this morning when everything else was kind of selling off. Like that thing just was like, nope, I'm just gonna go up. That's the one thing I do like about the Russell, man. That's the reason why I've been like, I haven't really traded except for that one time, but like that's the reason why I have it up. The reason why I have it up is because I've been noticing it. I've been paying attention to it, and I was like, man, this thing makes some like pretty good moves, man. Look at these moves.
Yeah.
Look at the move up and look at the move down and look at this, all of that.
And
If
at
you bought the double bottom,
$25?
yeah, if you bought like nearest this double bottom here, dude, you would have taken a little bit of heat. But if you bought that up, man, another good move.
Yeah.
And even this short, this overnight short, this is a range. This thing just kind of trading this channel. But again, another big move. Another big move down. Yeah, dude, this thing has some potential. And even using the dots, dude, using those dots to your favor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, this would have ate you up. This would have ate you up a little bit. But then on this blue, you would have been long and you would have been good. You would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, you would have been 7 dots deep.
Yeah, and I've seen them worse than that.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You would have been on my strategy. You would have been 160 contracts.
Which granted, 160 contracts at $25 a pop is not as bad as,
no,
you know, the NQ. It's only $4,000 in margin.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the count size, it's, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world, but because if I on that trade I took today on the Russell, dude, I was in deep on it, man. But if I hadn't had did exactly what I did, you can look at it if you look at it real close up. Hang on, let me get it over here. Check this out. Can you see this right here? Ignore this dot.
Yeah.
But if you see this right here, man, I started here, and then I built into this position really heavy through here, like really heavy. I ended up with like 50 something contracts, I think. But my average was like literally right there.
Yeah.
So I just needed just a little pullback, and I got exactly that right before it turned blue, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I give it everything I had, and got out before the bias changed. Now, if I had to flip it right here and bought, I'd have bought, and then I would have bought in down through here. And look, by the end of the day, boom, you're talking, you know, if you'd have average right here, you're looking at 11 points on the RTY. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, this thing's got a lot of potential, man. This thing's got a ton of potential. And actually, from looking at this here, you would have bought here. You would have bought here. You would have had to sell and get into that one. And you may have actually profited. You may have already been in profit here. Down here. Because you wouldn't have been that bad. You wouldn't have been that bad. You would have bought here and you would have been down 23 points. No. 33 points by the time entry came. That's not bad. And then you would have went from here.
Is that the RTY?
36 points. Yeah.
That's probably 3 points, 3.6 points. And 2
points. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm reading it wrong. So, yeah, dude, that's not bad at all.
Mm-mm. And you're looking at like when it goes against you with the couple contracts, man, you're looking at being down like $10. Like today, the worst I was down on 50 something contracts was like $500-$400.
Yeah, remember the other day, dude, I had 56 contracts and I was only down like $600, I think.
Yeah.
So it wasn't bad, and I wasn't even sweating it, man. I got my I think it went to $760, so I profited 160 off of that trade, and it was just it was the same strategy. It was using that added risk, just knowing that the trade's going to ultimately work out. And it did. Actually, I feel like looking at this here, this was that trade. This is that trade. Remember the one that I got into?
Yeah.
Because it came up to the 200 moving average. I remember I said, "Oh, it's going to get up to the 200 moving average, and then it's going to, and that's where my exit was going to be." And I exited just a little bit before it. I remember that, and then it busted through it. Yep, that was it. That was the trade. I was like, "Oh yeah, just looking for $20."
Yeah.
Should probably never say that again. Getting into a trade, I was going to try to get $20 because I feel like every single time I say it, it ultimately doesn't work out. So, but yeah, man, that was that trade. Yeah, so it wasn't that bad. It's
Nope.
not bad.
Not at all, man. Not at all.
Look at this one. This one, yeah, man. Ron, that would have been your $15 right there. If you grab that short. Small business deal reached, he says.
Okay.
And that's that extra PPP loan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
$484 billion relief package for small business hospitals and testing.
Whew. I heard somebody talking about a second stimulus possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Dude, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? So this article says hundreds of millions of dollars of paycheck protection program. Oh my God. Wow, look at that sell off there. Had been claimed by large publicly traded companies. So companies that had no right asking for funds.
Right.
Were asking for funds, and they got them.
Yeah. Funny, huh?
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
DMC Global. DMC Global is one of the largest companies that got it, right? You ready for their market cap? $405 million market cap.
Jeez.
And they were given a $6.7 million loan. Fiesta Restaurant, $189 million market cap, got a $10 million loan.
Mm-mm-mm.
It looks like 10 million was the no, 15.1 million. J. Alexander's Holdings. And they had a market cap of 74 million.
Wow.
So they got 15.1 and they have a market cap of 74 million. How crazy. They have no right. They have no right. Wow.
Kind of crazy.
Starbucks, former Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz, he commented on this, and he says, I think you've seen some shameful acts by some large companies taking advantage of the system. But here's the thing, right? The system failed.
Yeah.
The system failed because the system should have picked up on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, have a better checks and balance before you're issuing checks to people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is just absolutely horrendous seeing that.
Hmm.
Wow, still selling off, huh?
It is.
Well, here's the thing, right? So, dude, you're just continuously giving money away. This is gonna create a huge problem. Dude, crude oil for June now, June's contracts
Yeah.
are now $16. They opened up this morning at I think it was just like a little over $20 a barrel of oil.
Wow.
May contract settled. Dude, wow. Somebody got some May contracts, man. It settled at $10.01. So if you got some crude oil contracts at -40,
Yeah.
that'd have been absolutely nuts.
Totally nuts, man.
Ron, what settings do you mean?
Damn, I wish I'd have got into that short.
Yep, me too. Me too. I was thinking about it, but then I was like, oh, I saw him mention the thing about the deal, and then I was like, man, do I really want to get stuck in something that may whipsaw and go up? But should have been smart enough to realize that the markets, may hate it.
Hmm. Let's see here what you got. I didn't see any pictures. Or did you just send it to Neil?
I don't see the pictures either. Oh, I see what he means. Ron, it's because I have a different indicator. You're using the Williams percent range indicator. I'm using a completely different indicator. I'm using price channel indicator. That's the reason why they're different. I didn't look at the picture close enough. I see what he did. He put a side by side of the two. Yeah, Ron. That's why. So if you want that one, I can send it to you. But I like the Williams. I like the Williams, man. I like it. It's been good. And I like it.
Dude, I wanna throw this headset.
Did it go off again?
Yes. It does that to me so much during the day, man. So
Yeah,
much.
yeah. I may I may actually invest in what the brand is called Astro.
Yeah.
I might invest in one of those. Mainly because these Turtle Beaches have just I mean they're taped. both
Yeah.
the head both the earpieces are taped now because well the little plastic piece that hold like that you push the thing up
Yeah.
it cracked like around the one side so like it just fell off and then the one earpiece just like started falling out. I was like damn it, try to tape it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've gotten lucky, but I'm afraid for my microphone because I switch the microphone on and off so much during the day. I'm afraid that I'm gonna like it's gonna start shorting out on me here after a while.
Hmm. Yeah, my cousin said he's got the same Turtle Beaches that we have.
Mm-hmm.
He said they're just sitting in his desk drawer, so he's gonna give them to me.
Nice.
He was like, don't go out and buy a pair, but like I don't know, like if I may get those Astros.
Well, that's it, guys. That's a wrap. Less than a minute to go, and I feel good. I think today was a good day. Really good day. Happy with this
Yeah,
outcome.
yeah,
I think we did really
yeah.
well.
Ron. Yeah. I mean, I could send it to you, but like, I'd rather you get comfortable with using something that you've been using, than give you something that you have not been using. And I want you to get strong with using the Williams percent range indicator and using it similarly to how Trae's trading it, because that is by far the best way to use it. So, but yeah, that's it. That's it. We're gonna wrap it up. Gonna get off of here, finish up my work day, and that's it. Be here tomorrow.
Yeah. Sounds good, man. Hey,
All right, man.
congratulations on a fantastic day.
You as well, man. You as well.
Awesome. All right, Ron. Everybody else, thank you for
All right,
listening.
guys.
Talk to you later.
All right, bye.
See you, Ron.